Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to the Super Robot Wars Archives. My name's Austin. It's been a minute since I've recorded. I was pretty sick there for a while, but everything's better now. We're all okay. It should look like nothing has changed for y'all, because the schedule will still keep going as normal. Hopefully all have been having a good day. We're gonna get started on Scenario 9, so let's go over what I have changed in the meantime. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna adjust my audio a little bit. It's so loud in here. All right, let's look at what we changed. I think the Neo 1 is in a pretty good spot at this point, if I remember correctly, which I fully well maybe don't, because it's now been 2 weeks. So I'm gonna start putting our points in the excellence a little bit more, especially because we're about to start getting some more upgrades for it. We're gonna get some form changes. In this scenario, even, I've given it 2 more points into weapons, and 1 more point into energy. Not that that's going to matter right now. I just had the funds in spare. And 2 more points into mobility. We also changed our parts around. I have taken off the Chop Ham armor and added a cartridge. I think this is one of my most loathed scenarios, only because I've tried to play this game solo with the excellence before. But even if you are not, regardless of what you are doing, solo runs, challenges, a regular playthrough, I strongly recommend you put a cartridge on for this scenario. We are going to get a frame for the excellence that is primarily ammo focused, and it really suffers from that. I never stay in it after I can once I can change it, but because you get in a scenario, you can't change it. So we have 1 Chop Ham armor from that. We also got a magnetic coating and a Chop Ham armor from the previous scenario, so I have given both of our super robots our defensive buffs. They're not going to probably stay on them, but we have them right now, we may as well use them. And I've given the Rose the magnetic coating. I think it's defensible putting that on the Maxter or the Dragon Gundam also, but I like the Rose the best. Not necessarily in terms of design. Like in this game, I think of all of them, I enjoy the Rose the most. But that's, so like, there's some bias from my first playthrough when I saw a really sizable map attack and I also had like bonus funds from it. I do think this is the first like right, proper, somewhat challenging scenario. It's not the hardest. Some of the Nadeshiko scenarios are more challenging than the Gundam scenarios, but I don't think they're quite challenging enough to call them hard, because they're still kind of tutorials. We got to introduce all the new villains. We're starting to get into the Gear Fighter plot, and there are a number. There's 5 primary antagonists we're gonna see show up on the regular from Gear Fighter, and they're all being introduced right now. We're also gonna get their generic. We're getting their generic enemies this scenario. Oh, sorry, I guess 6. Some in-game cutscenes. Immediately crashed. See, even the game knows that this unit is not good. There we go. Only because you're probably never going to see it on my playthrough. I'm glad we get to see it here. This is what happens when you use the like question mark attack. It spends all but 10 of your energy. The damage does scale in respect to how much energy you spend, but seldom is it worth it. You are just sort of a sitting duck without your energy. And one really big source of damage I value much less than way more consistent medium sources of damage. I've talked about it before, but I mean, like, it's relevant here while we're watching the Gear Fighter get beat up. If you do 7/8 of a health bar twice or half of a health bar twice, the enemy is still just as dead both ways. Dragon Gundam. What else we got? We got 8 more spots. The Maxter, the Airmaster, Shining Gundam, Gundam Rose, I guess we'll send out the Bulk Gundam for now. He's probably not going to stay for the whole game. We want the Zambot. We want the Daitarn. Do we have energy restoring capabilities? I don't think we do. All right, I might drop the Aphrodite. I want to take Boswith for energy restoring. And I think Noin is still relevant enough as an SP bot to bring her with. Soon she won't be. We'll have someone else that can do this. But for now, she's our best bet. The Gear Fighter Dendo and the Night Gear Ogre are going to fight over a number of different parts. These kind of cutscenes where we like split different animals between the Night Gear Ogre or the Gear Fighter Dendo, that's how the Gear Fighter Dendo is going to get some extra bonus. So like it has the unicorn drill on right now. Like, if you know the series, you know that they can't, but, like, theoretically, it could be using the Viper. We need to go and save the day. Honestly, I'd rather have just sacked the unit. It was up to me. But... Oh, no. That looks threatening. This attack will never do this much damage ever again. My Excellence. What will happen to my Excellence? You also see the snap-off capabilities of the Excellence, where we turn into the little airplane. Fortunately, we don't have to fight the Night Gear yet. I don't think it's like that potent of an enemy. It's kind of similar to how the Gear Fighter is, but it's like it poses a not inconsiderable challenge. I have to like couch everything with this game because I don't think this game is very hard. I think everything is sort of like a lot of the qualities are moved towards the middle. Okay, so you can see the Gear Fighter is doing pretty badly. Its morale was also dropped to 50. It does get some morale in there, so it drops it by 53, weirdly, but and the Excellence is now reduced to just this little airplane. So we definitely need to get these troops out of here. We have like very formulaic squadrons. We have the Galfa soldiers and the Machine Beast Orbitons. Sorry, I hope I don't cough too much. I'm gonna try and like cough away from the mic. These Galfa soldiers are pretty trash. They are they're very mid. They're very low quality enemies. The Orbitons are not nothing though. So let's retreat everybody. We want so we can't, despite the fact that the Gear Fighter has basically no energy, we can't use the Boss Borat to restore its energy. We have to have something that has a Dendo. Is this Dendo battery or Dendo Denji? That might be the same word. My Japanese is getting confused. Oh right, it's not even written on the abilities here. It's even worse than that. It requires there to be a special Dendo type resupplier to be able to get its energy back, and we just don't have one of those yet. We can restore its health, though. And that's not nothing. It'll give us some free experience. Let's get the Getter in here. And then, as usual, we have the same problem of like we started so far away. It's not the worst in this case. We do want to play kind of around this intersection and around this bridge, because when we get to the second phase, we're going to get enemies coming from this left area over here. I've definitely taken the line where we retreat onto the mountains. It offers just a ton of defense, and they really have to slog through all of us to get in there, but I would be using more long-ranged characters for that. We are really just throwing everybody forward. I cannot be bothered to worry about their positioning. I guess the boss Boron is the one that I do care about. We will move that. I think yeah, I think as forward as possible. Because we can't resupply after moving. We have to get next to it. It's not lasting long, see? Let's look at this new treasure. The Excellence Gunner has some decently high defense. Not the greatest. A lot of this looks better because we have put points into our armor. It's really supposed to stay out of combat when you have attacks with a range of 8. A post-movement range of 8 is absolutely bonkers. The trouble is that other than this, the heat knife, I thought it said hit knife. This heat knife, everything is very expendable. I'm gonna say it all has ammo, but it does not. The ultimate attack does not. But it does take a minute to get there. This early on, we could theoretically, if we just prioritized the excellence, we could have had enough kills to get both of our ace points and start us at 110. But it also takes 50 energy. You could do a lot worse. Let's be clear. This is a good unit compared to a lot of units we have available in the game. It's just the worst version of the excellence. So then by extension, it is really undesirable because we could just have it in a better form. Right, it's not like we can take that and the other excellence we were using just before it blew up. If we could take both of those into the scenario, then great, I'll take the gunner every day, but we can't. We'll just start throwing the getter and stuff. We can see how garbage the Galva soldiers are. I'm probably just gonna we'll just turn animations off immediately because all the Galva soldiers will have plenty of time to see the orbitons. We can do that from here. This I do want to try to be better about this too. Like I kind of already know a lot of what the enemies are going to do, but I should show that on screen a little better. Okay, they have a post movement of 4. I don't mind getting some of our other units involved here too, just to clean this up faster. Right, they've got 900 money, so we don't really care about spending less on them. Is anything actually worth that much money in this scenario? Oh, there's lots of thousands and 1400s. I guess the bosses are later. We can get 2 of the 3 bosses, so as long as we have 2 sources of money, we just have so many. We have so many sources. I'm trying to figure out if we spend 1 focus to give ourselves the evasion for this upcoming turn, we do lose access to one of our fortunes, and we do need to a little bit to actually dodge some of this stuff. Flying in the sky. I could put on a flash, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Sazaishi is going to be attacked more than the Getter is. I think I'm also just sort of predisposed to put G Gundam and Getter together because they often get paired in later entries. I guess they do in this one too. You get a Getter attack if it interacts with Master Asia, and you get Master Asia if the Getter does something correctly. So what am I saying in the future? Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's good. Oh, right, obviously, because they've only got 4 range. Can we get wits over here? Not well. So we want wits to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want him to be as right as possible, so that we can send him over to some of these other enemies later, given that he has a really easy 5 range attack. Fortunately, everyone started back. Well, not fortunately. Everyone started back enough that we can play a little bit more towards this middle, like I said I wanted to. But I think that's more like trying to make beating out of a less than ideal circumstance. Given that I've tried to prioritize our healers a little bit, we are restoring pretty quickly. You could theoretically bring 2 healers. We have access to. No, we want her to stay back. She doesn't need to see combat. We do have access to the Aphrodite at this point, also. So you could be healing 2 times, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we cover enough without it. So they have a move of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We probably aren't going to keep the Valkyrie around either, but she is pretty dodgy. I don't mind using her as, like, a way to bait an attacker, too. Huh, that's surprising me. I really don't understand how enemies choose their targets here. The Getter is, like, surely a much less favorable target. Maybe because they have more hit on it? It's fine. Okay, we do need to transform the Getter and the Airmaster. Now that they're, like, roughly in position, their other forms are better. Because all these units are flying, also, we really don't care about making the Getter 3 yeah, we don't care about making the Getter 3. It can still make its good attacks, but its real advantage is working with enemies that are being... The detriment from enemies being in water when it's not their terrain. I think everything's moving by this point. Oh no, these 2 Orbitons are going to move this enemy phase. Okay. Getter 1, we can get him on land. I guess we can look at the Orbitons. They also have much less HP early on. Enemies will get more... I guess this is worth talking about, because this is also just not well documented. Enemies gain stat points as the game progresses. It's irrespective to how much you have invested into your units. It really only scales based on how many scenarios you have completed, like how far into the game you are. So I think we can just leave the Getter here and handle all of these. These are weaker than I remember. Was that over half? That was... Oh, that was not over half. Okay. I don't think it's going to use its repair kit at this point. I should have checked that beforehand. One of them has a propellant tank, one of them has a repair kit. So both of these are dead to the Getter. I might use a trust from... Who has access to trust? Fa's not doing anything else with her SP. Well, we'll toss some HP over here just to be sure. I don't want to have to defend if I can help it. Okay. I do want to move Fa up 2 spaces, or I guess down 2 spaces. So let's get Doman out of the way first. We could give any one of them multiple of the rivalry bonuses, but I think because we're just going after trash mobs, it'll just be better if we just chain each one getting 1. Unsurprisingly, Domon is just the worst at ranged. He's like almost 30. He's over 30 points difference between ranged and melee, but that's what we're working with when we're doing post movement. We got a support attack. We want to use the Rose because the Nadeshko is probably going to end up moving last. Or one of the later spots, so we can still get that support attack off. I think if we move the Rose, we can move it next to the Nadeshko to get the support attack if we need to. We're taking considerable damage on these Gundams. Like this is why I don't necessarily love the G Gundams in this game. I know I'm the one that's opting to use them, but they really expect them to be tanking more damage, and they just cannot. Okay, so we can leave this to we can leave this to Jamil to give him his kill. Can the Gundam Rose get the support attack in? It can. Okay. I think I prefer this. And then... Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping the Dragon Gundam. We can spend an Excel to get one space ahead. We can have the Dragon Gundam end here. He'll be next to 2 G Gundam pilots. He can probably kill this Galfa Soldier. So that's that Galfa Soldier dead. I think this is going to go down with the Rose Gundam and the Nadeshko. Friedan kills that. Arger's got nothing he's doing. The rest of we'll lock that in. The rest of these are sort of unaccounted for yet, but a little too far away. We don't have to worry about anything defensive because they're so far away. Turn that off. Getting support attacks from the Nadeshko is really worthwhile. It does. It really does do a lot. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Well, we've got a job for Argo now. No, for some reason, I just had figured you were gonna have a 5-ranged attack. That was my mistake. How foolish of me. Are these hurt at all? These are not hurt at all. Okay. Let's see what our dodge is looking like. 55 actually. 55 is not that bad. I think we're gonna flash. I suspect they probably won't go for. They probably won't go for Fiona. Oh, I guess I should turn animations on once so we can see the gunner, because we're never gonna see it after this. We can do that later. We are worse on the ground. I would hope so, given that we're called the Air Master. But who's to say with this game? I'm never sure. We can give that to Vega if we want. Shame we're not getting just a little bit farther in. Everyone's one space away again. We'll use an Excel. Get the Zambot in here. I'd rather this be further ahead and start because it is the defensive unit. And we can block if we need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. That's that on the counter. And what's Vega working with for post movement? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll pop her in the woods. A very easy place to drive a motorbike. Right through the forest. And the Daitarn's looking a wee bit hurt. Let's finish up with this. And then we're just going to toss it in a ship. I know we could have We could have put it in one of the battleships to start, and that would have started healing it too, but it's free XP. And Faw's not doing anything else particularly relevant right at this juncture, so it felt like just a waste. And then if the Dietar needs to block also, we can. You do not move. Oh, Deshko. Alright, where are these guys moving? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'm gonna go here, I think, and that should put me in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be 6 spaces away, so that it can also give support attacks to people with 5 range. Zambot 3. I don't know why it tries to auto-select sometimes. I think it auto-selects to the weapon that's going to do the most damage, but if it would kill, it uses the first attack. It uses the lowest damaging attack that will kill, which sometimes has you spending resources that you do not need to spend. But I don't. It's like certainly not a perfect system. I don't think you can just sit there and finish that. Right. Oh, honestly, fine. I don't mind Fiona getting this instead. Here's what the gunner looks like. It's very military coded. We have like night vision goggles for some reason where we can't just have it programmed into the eyes to begin with. I'm surprised it doesn't have like cabin print. It is bristling with guns. It feels very much a knockoff of the heavy arms. We can take that hit. We actually probably could have stand to have 2 healers. We're gonna start blocking with the Dietar. This is one. I think this is one downside of it being on a handheld, because they want to try and pack a lot of information into these tight spaces. A lot of things that are being communicated are sort of lost in communication. Like, I can know this game well, and I still might not necessarily remember all the properties of every different attack. Like, I know missiles are a missile type attack, but like this is called beam, and it doesn't have the beam property to it. It would be cool if this got signaled a little bit better, and I think later games do that more. Did this not attack? Yeah. So we definitely want to take this one down now. It'll heal with a repair kit if we don't. The Getter can definitely kill this one with a propellant tank. Can we get Vega far enough? Probably not. She's just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 shy. We can give this to the. Okay, we can give this to the excellence, and then we'll be in position to start attacking. Like we can pincer maneuver these enemies up here. Because I think we might be able to give it to them next turn. I would like to spawn them on player phase rather than on enemy phase, just so we have the jump on them. Oh man, we could if we were really smart. If I was a real smart person, we could get everyone over here before we start. We could have like sent half our units over here to start, and we could have taken out one of the bosses like really ahead of time. So maybe we will just start doing that, because we can counter kill the vast majority of this. So what if we leave the Rose here with the Nadeshiko? But the Orb... We're probably not going to kill the Orbitons this turn. Maybe we will. Okay. We should also be more thoughtful on who we're spending when to get this SP off. So let's give one of these to the main character to get an Orbiton down. We want this... Actually, how far is our move? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We just want her to move as far as possible. And if we need to take the Getter's turn first, we could have. But we don't. That's good. It's not a ton of money, but it's something. 3150. 2850. Nope, it's the Getter one. Do we have funds on? No, we don't have funds on show yet. Okay. We have it on. Oh right, we have it on Fa. I think there was one other person that had Fortune naturally. Yes, that's Aichi. Okay. Okay, so that problem is solved. This probably actually won't die on the counters. So we will need to do damage to this first if it dies on counter. How are we looking over? Oh, good golly. Okay, that's not going to die. That will die on counter. That will die on counter. That will die on counter. That Orbiton will not. Does Banjo. Banjo has a full heal. Also note his 130 SP. It's just so bonkers. They really gave him SP as if he had other pilots to account for that difference. It's very convenient. So... the Friedan does not have movement yet? Okay. Oh man, I really want to try that, but I feel like it's going to be wasting turns. You know, what the heck? We're going to waste a turn or two. That's fine. Let's send the Gundam Boys up and get them ready. I think it's maybe too late for Argo. Nah, Domon can move the same amount. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it... He can probably get over there. That's fine. I think I would rather weaken this Orbiton. I guess the Friedan's not doing a whole ton up there. Does he have support attacks? That's not the right button. He does not. So he doesn't actually really need to be up there with them. We can send Noin up to get a support attack in. Boss is really not doing anything. I'm not giving a good showing for restores so far, but that's fine. You'll see in time, I hope. So we could... Are we going to kill 2 other units? Probably not. One of the advantages of Banjo is that he does start with, I think I called it Yell. Maybe it's Willpower now. I think it's Willpower now. And no, that's the healing one. He can give himself 10 morale. So he can get up to his more potent attacks pretty easily. We want to weaken one of these Orbitons. Actually, we probably want to weaken this Orbiton so that... Yeah, we're going to use this. We want to weaken this Orbiton so that when it attacks us on enemy phase, we can soften up or kill literally all 5 of these. How far can you move? You can actually get in position pretty easily to get us access to this kill. What? Actually, hold on. Let's see what position they are. They are 14 and 15. Oh, they're really far away from each other. Relatively speaking. So we're looking at space. Here, I wish I had a way to mark, but there's no way to mark in this game, like mark a tile. And then it's up 1, 2, 3, left 1, 2, 3. That's the right, Austin, not the left. Those two spots, this one here and this one here, I think, are where the bosses are going to be. We care. I think I'm supposed to care about the beam coding more. It never feels that relevant. I'd much rather have the movement. No, this is the opportunity to learn. We're gonna get the beam coding. So we care about the bottom space. Okay. So we have 9 moves like this. We can have 12 movement. 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we don't need to use the Excel to get within range. But it would matter because we can be on the other side of this Scalpa Soldier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then that can die on enemy phase, and then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That puts us under the tree, and then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we're one short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we are one short from that. That's such a shame. Oh, what a bummer. Okay. What else needs to happen? Maybe Vega can get over there too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can just kill this now. I don't hate that. That's fine. And then we can save. We can save all our money for the other units that are showing up. The other wave. They're all worth more. Okay, this has a repair kit, so we don't actually want to attack. If we do, it'll heal itself. We can use the Zambot to soften something else up, or we can just kill it. We're one away. Can the Freedan get another kill here somewhere? No. That's a shame. Do we have... If we do this, though, we lose access to... We only get a persist on him. That's fine. He's not going to see that much more combat, I don't think. This is very sloppy and wasteful, but we're going to try. Yep. That was, in fact, very wasteful. So we get for not counting. Who's hurt? Let's toss some healing over there. And then I don't think anything... Oh, we can... No, that's not true. Chibity's hurt. Okay. Domon has level 16. Chibity's level 16. We'll pick Chibity because he is one tile closer to the left. I guess the Freedan can move over because he can still maybe send a pot shot in or two for future turns. And then we will leave the boss Borat here. Yeah, we can just toss it in the Nadeshko if we need to. We are too far away to get though. Gear Fighter out. This is free. We don't need to waste anything on that. I wonder how fast you could get this done if you stat right. You do need to destroy everything, but clearing a boss, yeah, there we go. That was, I'm so tilted about that. I gotta learn to count better. We will still, actually no, this works out fine. We can still do this. And then we can get both these to the boss Boron. Oh, sure, that's fine. And then we're getting supported by the Nadeshiko. That's fine. And we can take a hit. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. Are we finishing this turn? We could be. Are we, do we have, oh, we don't even have a Valor to spend. Okay. Okay, we maybe will send... Yeah, that's fine. We was gonna say we can send the Valkyrie back down here to finish if we need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not preferable, but that's okay. Everyone needs to go through their transformation animation. I guess not everybody. There are personalities in this game, and some of them will gain more morale when. Which when they see it's when they see their allies die though. I guess who doesn't have it? I did give a kill to Argo. I guess Domon and Chibity didn't see combat as much, and that was why. I think that's why. The personalities only matter for when you see your allies die. So hopefully that won't even come up at all in this playthrough. Okay. And then George. Oh. Now that we've transformed, that's why it's doing it. Because we super don't need that much firepower. Actually, we can... Boss Borat is not doing anything else. We can do this here. And then we can restore. We can resupply there. Excellent. And we even get the good G-Gundam music in the background at the same time. Okay, so yeah, we've got the Gundam enemies again, the Turn X. That's not right. The Afterwar Gundam X enemies, and we have the Frost Brothers. So once on the first enemy phase, they will move next to each other, thus giving them access to their support defenses. Oh, do I have these switched? Hold on a second. I think I have these switched into my notes. I have 14. Do I have access to us? Nope, I don't want to blow up. I can never remember which the two of these are. Like, I know he's old, but I know the other one's Frost. But, okay, I just have them in the wrong position. So let's adjust that right now. Oh, where did my internet go? 14 and 15. Okay, excellent. Well, given that, I was aiming for this Gundam, which ended up being the booster that I said I theoretically wanted more. So what I was trying to avoid was having them move next to each other and thus getting the support defenses. But maybe that was a foolish plan, considering there's so many other enemies around here. So instead, I think we're just gonna sit. Nope, I didn't mean to confirm there, but it's fine. We can just take pot shots over the bridge. Sick. And have the getter move in for the Bawoo. This is fine. Yeah. I say the getter is really good, but like the excellence did the same thing. What's really good is just upgrading your units, like giving them stat points is what's actually busted. I think there's definitely a fun game to be had playing this game without using any upgrades at all whatsoever. It's probably more strategic. Okay, the Bull Gundam actually can do something now. And, like, here's the deal. I don't, like... Anything can kill stuff in this game. It's not... That's not the problem. The problem is, A, getting to it, and B, doing it consistently. Like, I'm sure that the G Gundam pilots can kill any boss I throw them at. It's just, you know... It's going to take them forever to get there, or they can do it once. And... A lot of later stages are going to come with 3, 4, 5 bosses sometimes. I think the most difficult ones, like difficult in kind of quotes, are the ones that ask you to kill 2 bosses in the same turn. Like, we'll definitely, once we get there, we're definitely going to, like, set it up. But we can get the Gear Fighter out for this. We'll definitely set it up to make it easier on ourselves. But it's not nothing of it. It's not nothing of an ask. And then I think we might give that to Noin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she did need the help of the Gear Fighter for that. And then give this one to Jamil also. Incredible. What do we got left? No one. The Getter's just at the top of the list. I think this ended up being the better plan. No, I guess I could have planned better because most of these enemies are dying on, like, they're either taking half damage on enemy phase, or they're dying, and we were going to need to see 2 enemy phases regardless of what we did, because I don't think we can kill both the Dreisen and one of the Frost Brothers in the same turn. I think it's fine. It's just a regular... It's a Janice. Is that a Janice? Hold on. No, it's a Daughtras. It's a Daughtras. But we probably could have advanced a little more aggressively to the left to start, knowing that almost all these enemies were going to die on enemy phase. Yeah, so see, now that they're together, we have to deal with their combo attack, and also the support defenses. Which is fine. We are like punching through a lot of damage decently quickly, so we can probably force them to a point where they don't want to support defend anyway. I guess more to the left is better. I think the boss Borat is going to be stuck here for the rest of the scenario. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, we can get in range with this next turn. We can't get that in range. We can also just dump the Daunt on one of these 2 when we're ready to fight. I think I was gonna say I think I want to kill them first, but we might just destroy the Daughtras now, because we can just like Valor up with the Getter and come in swinging. I probably don't, yeah, because I probably don't need the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do this. Get him to some amount of damage. Let's see what we're working with here. Okay. 1100 armor. He's got A on the ground. Do we have any abilities? We don't. We have Sword Cut and Shoot Down. Hovercraft is like one of the more useless parts. You do have blocking and you have support attack. Nope, too far out. You have... No, I always do this. I never trust that the getter can do enough damage, and it always does. It always just does an insane amount of damage. So let's just trust that it will. And... Oh, I've spent all those? Well, that's a little bit of a bummer. How much money is this? It's only 2,000 we're wasting. It's fine. We can pick it up other places. Yeah, we definitely excellent grade. Oh, right. Hold on. We have a good map attack now. With the rose. We have this. Does he have Valor? He does not have Valor. I was wondering if we could, like, maybe map attack. So one of the things you can, like, super do in this game is, even though both these bosses retreat, you could map attack onto both of them and kill them both at the same time. We just need to, like, juggle getting them both down to 30% HP. That would put them at 2835 and 2520 respectively. Can that 2000 damage attack do that? If we daunt both of them, well, it's possible. You know what? Why not try? Let's fortune ourselves here. Where it's also like going in probably too much with the Dragon Gundam. Its convenience, one of its conveniences comes from the fact that it has a pretty good long-range attack still. Sorry. It's like cough into your soul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I not have a 5? She's 4. Okay. That's totally fine. Can we weaken up a little bit for her? I think this should be fine, because if this does kill, I don't mind. And if it didn't, then we can just let Fa cash out. Stellar. Sick. And then we're looking at just that Bawoo, right? Nothing else down here that I'm missing? Okay. So we can just full send. And by full send, I mean inch towards. Yeah, so I guess I can't be too hard on the Bolt Gundam. Like, that did just kill it. Do they not have support defenses yet? Am I overestimating how far of a level they are? That's fine. We definitely want to guard up. And let's just start softening them up. The persist flash combo is just so good. Okay. 1260 transform. Man, there's definitely some like real goofed up things about this game. Like the fact that this lists transform, it never will. It absolutely will not. No enemy unit ever transforms ever at all, forever, ever. You can get the transformed versions unique to each map, but they're never going to do it in between the maps. So like having it listed here, it just feels more confusing. I think Category F works like new type, so that's fine. He has a support defense. Oh, but they don't get... Oh, my word. That's so funny. They don't get to use it because you have to be on the same level as them. And he's on the ground and he's in the air, so it doesn't matter. That's so funny. That's so excellent. And do you have any relevant abilities? Maybe... Nah, you can just go back in here, thanks. We would only be dodging at 44. We're just going to try and block instead. Yeah, that's safer. And the getter's going to do the same. Okay. So we actually hold on. Oh, the rose is so far away. Okay, we're probably not going to waste our time with that then. That's like an extra turn that I don't want to give. So let's just annihilate Shagya. He does also give more money too. 200 more, which is not a lot, but it's still more. I think the getter will do the honors. We're never getting into combat relevantly. Okay. Let's bring him low. This is why Annoying is still relevant. We also were sitting on trusts if we need to heal some in the middle of that fight too. You really just get so many tools that it's hard to warrant using them all. It does look a little bad. It looks a little wasteful, but we'll get some more spirits in the future that let us push a little bit harder. We can end maps. We can clear maps way faster. Okay. He is, I believe, as low as he can go. I think we're out of Daunts. And we're out of ways to restore. Where is it in this menu? Here. I know we do still have some more. Oh, yeah, because no one's got one more, but that's not enough to get us anywhere. I do think we need one attack. It's not going to be that one. I think we're going to try here. We even broke through the beam coating. I do think I want to give it one more. That's not going to make it in time. She also does have a map attack we should consider taking advantage of. Can Chivity do it? I mean, he could. How likely is this to... Okay. Let's see if we can, like, do some quick math about this. This is 3,100. He's got, what, 137 morale. And 183. Okay, so what it was 137 to 320 divided by 200. So that's 1.6 roughly times 3,100. So say 1,800 more roughly. So that's what, 4,900. Is he bad in air? No, he's not bad in air. I think we're probably good. I don't think. I'm just worried about bringing him to his HP threshold. I don't think we're going to. Yeah. Because if we'd done the 4,900, we would have. But he has 1,000 armor, and then he also has defense stat. So there's no reason to calculate the rest of it. It was just still going to be. Yeah, we would have still needed to do another 1,000, another 1,000 and like 30 1,300 damage to put him in retreat range, and that just wasn't going to happen. We need to hit this now. We do need to land this. He's guy's still got bullseye. Let's show it off. I feel like this recording went fast, and it's still already been an hour. Good golly. And we're probably gonna have done like 10,000. What we hit before. No, okay, no, we did in fact need to weaken it a little bit. I'm glad I did. We're walking away with 14,000 credits and our booster. Or not booster, our beam coating. If you want to take a little bit more time in this scenario, you definitely could have lowered both of them and used a map attack to finish them both off at the same time. We're going to try and do that with George a little bit more in the future. We do need him to get, I think getting him to have Valor first is going to make that more relevant. I think I was a little too ambitious. I think I was trying to get us, like, to a low turn count, a lower turn count. That was really necessary. I probably wasted a lot of kills on the Ditarn that we're not even going to use. I probably could have given those to George. But learn from my mistakes, I guess. So that was scenario 9. I described it as being hard. I remember it being harder than that. I think a lot of my memory is marred by trying to use just the excellence and running out of ammo and energy constantly, and no matter what I did. So I guess I was wrong. I promise there is a somewhat difficult stage coming up. I think it's not the next one, it's the one after that. Let me look. No, the next one is a defend map well, there's a defend scenario. That can go badly wrong really quickly. And 11 was also a scenario I was thinking of there, where there's a lot of bosses. They do kind of whittle you down a little bit more than they have like really big swinging attacks. So look forward to those. I think I'm still in the mood to play some more, so I'll probably be recording those now. But you'll have to wait 3 or 4 days or whatever, however I decide to break these up. But hopefully that shouldn't be too long. As usual, if you got any questions, send them down in the comments. I always want to chat about this game. I think we're starting to get into the point where we can like debate a little bit more, where it's not just the tutorial, where it's like, why are we taking these units? Why are we using these attacks? Why are we putting these parts these places? That kind of stuff. So I look forward to hearing from you all, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.